Hi, it's me. I'm back. It's been a while. Um, I've been quite busy and I haven't really had the time to record anything. So I apologize for that. Um, I hope you're doing well and you've been keeping well. Uh, I've been, well, uh, I've had an interesting week. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to go into too much detail because a lot of it has there's been some drama. Um, I mean, when isn't there really? But there's been some drama amongst the people on my course, and again, I'm not going to go into it because it doesn't really matter. It's not that important, and I just don't really want to get into it, to be honest. So yeah, it's been an interesting week. I will definitely update you on other things though that have happened if and when I remember them. Um, it still feels weird to be recording these things here. When I was at home, it was so easy. It just became natural. Like it was a daily part of my daily routine. I didn't even really think about it. I just did it. But since moving here and starting university, I've been so busy, both like physically and mentally. Like my brain has been overwhelmed with new people and experiences and thoughts and feelings and emotions, and like physically I've been going out, I've been socializing, exploring, traveling around. Like it's been a lot. It really has been a lot. I definitely underestimated how much it was going to to be, like just all of it. Um, Learning to live alone is has also been interesting. I do actually enjoy it. It's it's nice to have the freedom to kind of do what I want when I want. I don't have to worry about bumping into other people or making small talk or anything like that. It's just me and often my music. And then sometimes I'm like watching things or reading or studying or whatever it is. Um, but yeah, it's been a lot. It's been overwhelming. Um, but I don't feel overwhelmed, if that makes sense. I feel okay, like I'm managing. Um, but yeah, it is still a lot, and there's still so many things that I want to be doing. Um, so yeah, I apologize. It's been a crazy, crazy time. But I'm here now, and I am ready to talk about some stuff. In fact, just before I started recording this, I found myself talking to myself about things that I would usually include in an audio log like this. So I was like, wait, hold on a second. Why am I just talking to myself? I could be talking to you. I could be talking to people. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, here I am. Um, wow, what a week it's been. I don't remember everything that's happened, um, at least right now. It may come to me, but yeah, it's been a crazy week. Um, University is going well, I would say. Um, I I'll admit I haven't been doing as much studying as I probably should have or should be doing. Um, it's I find it difficult to like sit down and focus on one thing for an extended period of time if I'm by myself. When I'm with other people and I can see that they're doing it too, and I can like look to them for not reassurance, but like another what would it be? Another form of motivation. Like they're doing it, so I should be doing it too, sort of thing. So studying together with people is definitely what I prefer doing, which is why I haven't done much of it while I've been here and in my room. I have gone to the library a few times with people, and some progress has been made, but not as much as I would like. I do feel slightly behind on my studies, but I intend to catch up and basically get back on track with all of that. So yeah, that side of things has been going well. I haven't missed a class yet. I still have 100% attendance, which is very important because, at least for the people on my course and also for the people, I believe, on the Japanese course, our attendance determines whether or not we are eligible to go on the year abroad in year 3. So for semester 1, I believe you need a 70% attendance, and then for the first year, you need at least a 50% attendance. At the moment, I have a 100%, which I am quite proud of. Haven't missed a class yet, and I don't intend to. Luckily, I've been able to avoid most of like the major illnesses that are going around, like Freshers' flu a few weeks ago. I avoided that. There have been a few times where I've like woken up in the morning and I've maybe had like a slightly sore throat or like a stuffed nose or something, but it's passed within like a day or two. I mean, just this morning I was feeling that way, but I feel fine now. So yeah, I've been able to avoid most sicknesses and illnesses thus far, which is good. There have been quite a few people who have missed classes because of like them feeling ill, for example. Others have just missed them because they have preferred to sleep, and other reasons too. But yeah, for me, I'm still going strong at 100%. So I'm going to try my best to keep that going for as long as I can. Yeah. What else? Speaking of like sore throats and stuff, this isn't exactly the same thing, but it was something that I experienced this week. So last Sunday, I went out to a Chinese restaurant and I ordered a, what was it? Char siu udon noodle soup, I believe. And they came out with this giant bowl of soup. I didn't expect it to be so big or so hot. It was very hot. And me being the impatient, well, I would say I'm pretty patient, but in this moment, because I was quite hungry, I was impatient. And so I just wanted to get started. But it was really hot. And I knew it was hot, but I still tried to have some of the soup. I ended up burning my tongue and my throat because the soup was so hot. I took a sip. They gave me like this big soup spoon. I took a sip from the spoon, instantly burned my lips and my tongue, but I didn't want to like spit it out or back into the bowl because I was with people, and that's rude and also a little bit embarrassing. So I just accepted the pain and I swallowed it, but it was still hot, and so I ended up burning the inside of my throat as well, which is something I don't think I've ever done before. But here we are. So for the first like 2-3 days of this week, I had a sore throat because it was literally burned from the inside, and my tongue was burned, and my lips were burned. So that was fun. Lesson learned: no matter how hungry you are, if the food is hot, too hot to eat, don't eat it. Just wait. Be patient. Don't be like me. So yeah, that was fun. What else happened? Oh, so speaking of food, there has been, what would I call it? There's been a regular occurrence. Regular occurrence? Routine, ritual? I don't know. Basically, for me and a couple of others, Mondays are the worst days. And I'm not just saying that because, people always say that Monday's the worst day, blah, blah, blah. Timetable-wise, like classes-wise, it is the worst day for me. It's the day that has the most lessons, and those lessons are back to back to back. There are no breaks in between. So from 11 a.m. until like 3:30 in the afternoon, I am in a class of some kind. So there's no, I'll have breakfast in the morning, but I won't have time to get lunch, and I have classes until mid-afternoon, so I'm pretty hungry at that point, and it's nearing, well, it's only a few hours away from dinner. So what me and a couple of others have been doing, because we're kind of in the same boat, we've been going to this pizza place. They sell decent quality pizza for less than £5, and we've been going there every Monday for the past, well, it's been 3 weeks now, I think. If we go again tomorrow, it'll be a month. We've been going there for every Monday for a month, yeah, I find it quite funny that we've kind of fallen into this routine of enduring all of these classes together and then going out and getting pizza. It's great. I actually really enjoy it, and I do hope we go again tomorrow because it's fun. It's good pizza, good company. So yeah, that's been happening every Monday. I can't think of anything else that's become a regular occurrence. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything else, but it's nice to have that one thing for now. So yeah. What else? Man, what else? I mean, I feel like a lot has happened, but some of it I don't want to talk about. Oh, a Halloween themed, almost carnival type fair thing has moved into the town centre. So, brain. After the first week or two of being here in York, there was a food festival in town. I think I mentioned that at some point. There was a food festival that lasted for 2 weeks. That has gone now, but in its place, there is now a Halloween festival, a Halloween themed festival. So there's a bunch of different stalls with like various different like carnival games or like little shops where you can buy like sweets and candy and stuff like that. There's also like various crafts. Like, for example, there's a tent or like a teepee where you can go inside and you can do like painting or, you know, other stuff like that. There's like another tent that allows you to create your own metal flowers, like metal work, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen everything yet. I've only walked by a few times, but it looks interesting, and I definitely want to take a proper look, because festivals are always fun, and the food is usually pretty good. So, yeah, that's something that happened this week. Something else that happened while I was out having some lunch with some people, we were approached by a pair of French students. They must have been here on some sort of trip. They approached us and asked us if we had a spare moment to answer some questions. And we felt, well, I mean, I felt like we weren't really given a choice. They kind of just started asking the questions anyway, but we were like, yeah, sure, ask away. And basically they just went through this questionnaire about chocolate. Like they were doing some sort of survey for chocolate. I'm not sure why. It was a part of their school project, I guess. But we could see that they were students because on the back of their clipboard they had like a French university like logo. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, we figured out that they must have just been students. So that was an unexpected encounter, but yeah, that happened too. What else? What else happened? I have started watching a new show. Well, the show itself isn't new, but it's new to me because I haven't seen it before. It's called Dexter. You may have heard of it before. I think it's fairly popular. It's a show about a serial killer who also works for the police. And I'm only like 5 episodes in, or 4 episodes in at this point. But I've really been enjoying it. It's quite interesting, and it's well done, and I can see why other people like it. But I've talked about my relationship with TV shows before. It usually ends with me just getting bored of it because I prefer the format of films over shows. Because with a film, you kind of get more of a complete picture within the time that you spend watching it. Whereas with a show, it's kind of drip fed to you over multiple episodes and often multiple seasons, and you don't really get the full picture because it kind of just keeps expanding or splintering off as the show goes on. And there's often, at least for my brain, it's too much to like keep track of. And the fact that like it's not all in one go either, and you have to kind of like keep coming back to it and reminding yourself like, oh, this person did this and that person did that. And it's just, yeah, generally the format of shows is not my cup of tea, but I will enjoy this one for as long as I enjoy it, and then I will happily just discard it like the rest. Leave it to I don't know, collect dust with the others. um, oh, exciting news, I guess, or at least exciting for me. I came back to my D&D group earlier this week on Tuesday. This Tuesday was my first session since moving here, and it was fun. It was nice to be back. I was a bit rusty. I was still kind of like, I was a bit slow with things, a bit quiet. I just need some time to get back into the flow of it, and then we'll be back to normal. But I'm glad that I'm playing again. I took a break because I knew that I was going to be very busy and probably overwhelmed with all of the new things that I'd be doing when I moved. So I requested a break, and now I'm back. Break is over. So next session is next Tuesday, hopefully, if it doesn't get cancelled. And I'm looking forward to that. I have a new character. There are other new characters within the party, and it'll be interesting to unravel everyone's story and continue on our quest. Which I'm not entirely sure what that is at the moment, but it's fine, we'll figure it out. So yeah, that's exciting. What else? I contacted a few people today. Oh, not today. This week. So I've had a few conversations with my mother. Called her a few times. Kind of caught her up with everything that's been going on. I also called two of my other friends. Kind of caught them up with other stuff as well. So it's been nice to chat with people that I don't know, where am I going with this? It's been nice. It was nice to chat with friends that I haven't really spoken to properly for a while. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I should probably call my mum again, to be honest, because more stuff has happened that she doesn't know about. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so tired. Today's been a good day, but I am tired. Yesterday was not a good day. Oh my god, yesterday. Yesterday felt like one of those days where the world was against you. It felt like the world was against me, and that everything was going wrong, and I just couldn't do anything right, and I was just so fed up. Like, it was just one of those days. They happen, you know. I'm fine now. Today was much better, but yesterday was tough. I ended up going to bed at like 6 a.m. because of reasons. I won't go into that, but I went to bed at like 6 a.m. I think I woke up around 12, like midday, and then I got out of bed about 3:30 in the afternoon. It was just one of those days where I had no energy, no will to get out of bed or do anything, at least for the first, like, 2/3 of the day. After I got out of bed, I was like, okay, enough laziness. Let's go out. Let's go do something. Let's be productive. And so I tried. I did my best to be productive. I did some cleaning around my apartment. I went out and did food shopping. And also, side note, I didn't realize how much money people spend on food every week. I didn't realize how expensive that process was, because back at home, I didn't really have to worry about that. It was usually my mum who would do the weekly shop, because we get it delivered to the house. We have been doing that since COVID, and actually we were doing that way before COVID as well. There was only a short period in between where we were actually going out to the shops to get it. But it's just way more convenient getting it delivered to you, and you also don't have to pay for the cost of fuel for your vehicle. I mean, you do have to pay for the delivery itself, but whatever. So, anyway, yeah, food is bloody expensive. Um, I don't know how much I've spent on food. I think it's usually not much because obviously I'm only buying for myself. Um, but still, it feels like that's where all my money is going. I need to get a job. Oh, okay, hang on. I'll go back to the job thing once I finish what I was talking about before, which was something. What was I talking about before food? Oh yeah, how productive I was being yesterday. So I went food shopping, I cleaned, um, made myself like some after I had done the food shopping, I came back and made myself some dinner, although I did mess it up. I messed up the dinner, which resulted in me not eating, or not eating it. Um, Basically, I just wanted to make some pasta bolognese. Um, Super simple, right? It's just sauce, it's mince, and it's pasta. I was following instructions on the jar of sauce. So on the jar of bolognese sauce, there were some instructions, like a simple recipe on how to make pasta bolognese. And because this was actually the first time making this on my own, I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just follow this. Simple. It was not simple. Well, no, it was simple, but the instructions were crap. I followed the instructions perfectly, okay? It was like, the first one was fry some mince in a pan until like brown, like until it's been browned off, right? Simple. Did that. Easy. No problem. And then it was put the sauce in. So I was like, okay. I put the sauce into the pan. Let that simmer for a little bit. Great. Easy. And then the next instruction was put the pasta in. I was like, okay. I didn't, to be fair, I didn't actually question it at the time. Looking back, I question it. I question what the fuck I was doing because it literally said, like portion out some pasta and put it into the beef mince and the sauce dry. I was like, okay. Like in the moment, I was like, okay, sounds good. I'll do that. In my mind, like the logic was, oh, the sauce will cook the pasta. That didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. I ended up. So I put the pasta in, and after like I don't know how long I put it. Well, I don't know how long it was in there for before I realized that it wasn't cooking, but it was longer than it should have been. The concoction that I made, because it was not pasta bolognese at all, it was not edible. The concoction that I made ended up like cooking on the stove for probably like 15-20 minutes or something like that. Like after I had put the pasta in. So like the beef mince had been in there for ages. The sauce had been in there for ages. The pasta was in there for like 15 to 20 minutes. It was still rock solid when I checked it. So I felt betrayed by the instructions on the jar of sauce, but I also felt really stupid because I know how to make pasta bolognese. But in the moment, I wasn't following my logic or my knowledge even. I was just reading the fucking jar, and the jar told me to put it in dry, and so I did. Looking back, I'm wondering if maybe, because it didn't say cook pasta. Like on the jar, it did not say cook the pasta in like boiling water like you're supposed to do. It didn't say that. It just said put the pasta in dry. So in my mind, I just poured it straight in from the packet. But I'm now wondering if maybe it meant cook the pasta, like use some fucking common sense, cook the pasta, dry it off, or like, don't pour it in with the water, and then you're good to go. I don't know, but regardless, I ended up throwing all of that away, unfortunately, because it was inedible. I just couldn't do it. Instead, I ended up eating some breadsticks. I had some breadsticks in the cupboard, and I was just dipping the breadsticks in the sauce, and like using a fork, I was able to like eat some of the beef mince, and that was that meal. So yeah, didn't go very well. Yeah. So everything that kind of happened yesterday felt like it all happened wrong. Oh, and I haven't even talked about the biggest problem that happened. Okay, hang on. Let me take a sip of water before I get into this, because I am such an idiot. Okay. So, in addition to the other stuff that I did yesterday, I wanted to do some laundry. In fact, I needed to do some laundry. So, I, put all of the stuff into my basket that needed to be washed. I grabbed one of those little pods. I don't know what they're called. In America, they're called Tide Pods. But it's basically one of those, right, for laundry. So little laundry pods. Grabbed one of those, put that in my basket too, and I opened my door, and I left. I was like, okay, I'm going to go down to the laundry room. I'm going to go put my laundry in. And I failed to realize that I did not have my key when I left my room. And every door in this building has a security lock that can only be opened by a unique key. So every personal room has a unique key. Every hallway that leads to the personal rooms has a unique key. And even the front entrance and the door to the stairs in the elevator and even the door to the laundry room has a unique key. So you need a key for all of those things, right? For pretty much every single door in the building, you need a key. And your specific key will work for all of the communal areas. So the front entrance, the door to the stairs in the elevator, the door to the laundry room, and then the door to the hallway that leads to your room, and then obviously your room as well. So you need a key to pretty much get wherever you want to go in the building. Your key won't work for like someone else's door or a hallway leading to someone else's door. Anyway, I left my room without my key, and I only realized when I was halfway down the hallway outside of my room. And without even saying anything, or like really reacting at all. I just stopped in my tracks. I turned around. I set down the laundry basket, and then I sat down myself, and I just let out the biggest sigh you've ever heard. At this point, I was so fed up with everything. I was, I was done. I was so done with life. And just, yeah, everything. I wasn't panicking because I knew that I could call an emergency number to have someone come rescue me, but I was so fed up. I was just, yeah, it was one of those days. So I called this number, got to talk to this lady. She was like, yeah, we'll send someone to the building, don't worry. There won't be a charge, because usually if you lose your key, for example, you have to pay to get a new one. Makes sense, right? And it's the charge for all that is like £50, which is a lot of money. She said I won't be charged, and yeah, it'll be fine. I was told to go downstairs and wait in the reception area. So I did. I went downstairs, and I ended up waiting for about an hour. I was locked out of my room for about an hour, and it was pretty cold in the reception downstairs because the windows were open, and I was just wearing a t-shirt and shorts. That was the outfit that I chose to wear that day because I was planning on going to the climbing gym later on in the day. But because I took so long doing all of the other stuff that I was doing, I ran out of time. So I didn't get around to doing that, unfortunately. And I really do want to go back to the climbing gym, because I've only been once so far. And that was like 3 weeks ago at this point, 2-3 weeks ago. I really want to go back. So I was hoping to go yesterday, but it didn't happen. It's fine. I'll figure out a time to do it this week. So yeah, I ended up locked out of my room for an hour, waiting down in reception. I was cold, I was bored, and there was this really annoying ringtone just constantly going off. So I had to listen to that as well. Thankfully, I had my phone, so I was able to just like scroll through various things while I waited. There's a bunch of leaflets on like the reception desk. I took the time to neaten all of those leaflets out, so like the various piles of leaflets are all now nicely stacked up together, as opposed to being the mess that they were in before. So you're welcome, everyone who lives here. I considered playing a game of pool by myself because there was a pool table down there, but honestly, I was too cold. I couldn't be bothered. But yeah, I was down there for a while, and then someone came and rescued me, escorted me back upstairs, let me in. They understood the situation, like they said it happens all the time and blah blah blah. So I'm glad they understood. I apologized for the inconvenience, and that was pretty much my day at that point. I was so done with everything. I just wanted to get in bed and sleep, and that's pretty much what I did. So yeah, yesterday, not a good day, but today, good day. What have I done today? I woke up at a reasonable time, got out of bed at a reasonable time, took care of a couple things. I cooked a meal from scratch. that was good. What else? I spent some time with some friends. Um, we went out for a short walk, and um, a we went to a nearby cafe. Just sat down for a while and chatted, and that was really nice. They're a lovely company. They really are. Um, I don't know if I don't remember if I mentioned them in like one of my first recordings since moving here. Like, because this is number 3, right? Since I've moved here, I've only recorded 3. This is number 3, I think. I don't know if I've mentioned them in the first 2. But they are lovely. They really are. And I enjoy every opportunity to spend time with them. So yeah, they made my day today. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to do that. And then yeah, that's kind of it. I haven't done a whole lot today, but there wasn't much to do. I did some more cleaning as well. I cleaned my bathroom today. Also did some homework just before recording this, so I'm all ready for tomorrow. Well, mostly ready for tomorrow. Mentally, I don't know if I'm ready for tomorrow, but I'm not going to explain why, because it relates to the drama that happened this week. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, it's been a week. Oh, I was going to talk about jobs. Let's do that. So, since arriving here, well, I did have more money before I moved into this accommodation. Basically, a large portion of the money that I had in my account went towards the first, what's it called? The first installment of rent for this accommodation. And it left me with very little to spend afterwards. And over the days and weeks, I have noticed that small amount of money get even smaller and smaller because I keep going out and buying things, and I've got to pay for shopping, and like I go out for meals sometimes, and basically there's lots of money coming out, no money going in, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I like money and I want more of it. So obviously I need a job. I applied for a student ambassador role at the university, which is a paid role. Unfortunately, my application was not continued. To be honest, I wasn't that surprised when they said no, because I kind of knew that my application wasn't that good. We were asked to write up like a short summary of why we would be good for this role. And to be honest, I didn't really put much like effort into that. So I think that might be why they rejected my application, which is unfortunate, but I didn't bother looking for any other jobs until I heard back from them, because that would have been my preferred job. So since they rejected me, I have been looking for other quote-unquote real jobs in various places around town. It's not easy to find a job, and I'm worried that if I don't find a job soon, I'm not going to have any money left at all. I am receiving a little bit of money from my mother because she well, she supports me, um, and so she said she was going to do that for me. But it doesn't feel like enough, and I don't really want to ask her for any more because I know our financial situation as a family is not great, and I don't want to put her under more stress or anything like that. Um, like she's already kind of stretched thin as it is, money wise. So I really don't want to like ask her for more. If I really have to, I will, but I'd prefer not to. So I'm looking for jobs. I've been looking for jobs, and honestly, I'm not that picky. Whatever job I'm qualified to do, I will probably do it. I would prefer, I think, not to work in retail or customer service because people are horrible. Um, but if I have to do that, then I will. I've been looking for jobs like, well, I have been looking for retail jobs. Like I said, I've been applying to pretty much anything that I'm like applicable for, eligible for. There we go. So yeah, if I get a job, I'm gonna have even less time to record these, but I'm gonna do my best. I did say once a week. It has not been once a week, but you know, I'm sure I can be forgiven. um, I've suddenly become very tired. I don't know if you can tell. Um, yeah, I'm tired. I think it's that meal. The meal that I made from scratch earlier, it was like 2 portions. And I ate it all. So I think it's finally hit me. It's that feeling you get when you eat a lot of food and you just start getting sleepy. I think it's hit me. But there's more to say, so I'm going to try my best. What else has happened this week that I could talk about? I feel like there's something that I was going to say, and I've since forgotten it, which is really helpful. I'm looking around my room for inspiration. I don't see any. Maybe there isn't anything else to say. I have been going for almost 50 minutes. It would be nice to reach an hour, but I don't know if I have another 12 minutes worth of things to say. You know what? Something that I've been thinking about a lot recently is my dog, Luna. I miss Luna. I told my mum before I left that I did not want any updates about Luna because it would just make me miss her more. If I can remain distracted enough to not even think about Luna, I won't feel sad about missing her. But she has been sending me updates about Luna. She's been sending me pictures, and sure, I appreciate them. I love seeing my dog, but at the same time, it just makes me miss her more. And the next time, realistically, the next time I can go down and see her is Christmas, which is 2 months away. And with how things are going, I don't know if I can last that long. I just gasped because I realized something, and then that realization came crumbling down. Basically, there's a week in November where I believe there aren't any classes, but instead they've called it a reading week. So I think they're expecting you to spend the entire week self-studying and reading. It's kind of like a week off, but a lot of people are using that as an excuse to go places, go home, or go elsewhere. And I thought for a brief moment that maybe I could do that too, but again, if I'm being realistic, I don't have the money. It's an expensive trip back home. On a train, it's like £70 or something crazy. I don't have that kind of money. If I can get a job, then sure, but yeah. So I think the next time I'm going to see Luna is at Christmas. I think that was the plan, to go home at Christmas. I mean, plans can change, especially with how dynamic life has been since moving here. Like, so much has happened, or like was going to happen, but then plans have changed, and like people have changed their minds, and blah 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 blah. Like, you can never really know like what is going to happen next. So I may or may not go back home for Christmas. It would be nice to, I think, especially if I can time it for when the two, what should I call them? If you've been listening to my audio logs for a while, you'll know who I'm talking about. There's two people at my home who are... I fucking hate them. So, and they're planning on going to Spain for Christmas. So if I can time my return for the same time that they leave for Spain, I won't have to deal with their bullshit when I go home, and I can enjoy spending time with Luna and my mum and maybe my sister. My sister, at least before I left for university, her attitude and behavior was really having a negative effect on our relationship. And I was really starting to get annoyed with her for all of her bullshit. But apparently she's been pretty well behaved, and like she's kind of taken some initiative and like actually been a decent human being, or at least according to my mother. So we'll see what happens. If she actually is a nice... It sounds awful, but if she actually is a nice person to be around again, then I'll enjoy spending time with her too, but we'll see. Man, it feels weird that Christmas is only 2 months away, but it feels even weirder that I have been here for over a month now. I've been here for like 5 weeks, or just over 5 weeks. That's crazy. So much has happened in that time. So much. Like, the stuff that I've told you is the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more that's happened. It's crazy. It's so weird to think about. And like, it doesn't feel like it's been 5 weeks. It feels like it's been 5 months with how much has happened. We're not even done with the first semester yet. It's crazy. But it is going well, I would say. For the most part, it's going well. I have learned quite a few lessons over the past couple of weeks. I've made some mistakes, I have some regrets, but those are all things that are just part of life, right? You just, you go through life and you experience those things, and they make you, well, they can make you a better person, depends how you deal with them. I'm hoping that the stuff that I've done will make me a better person by not repeating them. Like the mistakes, for example, and like the things that I've regretted. I don't intend to allow them to become repeated mistakes or repeated regrets. I'm hoping that I can learn from my lessons, and I think I will, because I mean, I know me, believe it or not. I know what kind of person I am, and I believe in myself. I believe that I can get through the hardships and the difficult times, and I can come out the other side a better, stronger person. I've done it before. I'll do it again. You know? I've been thinking about telling some people about these, well, about my channel as a whole. There was one conversation where I it was kind of like a glancing comment, if that's a glancing comment, a passing comment, I don't know. It was you know what I mean. I mentioned that I had a YouTube channel, but I have not told anybody what it's called because I'm not sure yet who I want to tell. But I do have some people in mind who I think would maybe appreciate this channel and the videos that I've recorded, and I think it would also benefit our relationship because they would learn a lot about me, and they would learn things about me that I either forget to mention in person or am like too afraid to mention in person. Although if that's the reason why I haven't told them yet, then maybe I shouldn't tell them about the channel. I don't know. I'll think about it, but I think it would be nice to let them know. I wouldn't expect them to listen to everything because there's a lot of videos on this channel. But yeah, I don't know. It might be nice. Anyway, we are nearing 1 hour. Didn't think I'd get this far, but here we are. I can currently hear the rain hitting against my window, so I'm going to prepare for rain tomorrow. I don't know if it actually is going to rain tomorrow. I'm going to check. But this seems like a good point to stop. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's going to rain tomorrow morning. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for listening. If you've gone to this point, thank you. I do genuinely appreciate it when people take the time out of their day to listen about my day. um, or in this case, my weeks. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm getting pretty tired now, and I want to wake up early-ish tomorrow. Um, so yeah, thanks again. Um, I'll try to be back next weekend. No promises, but I'll try. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for now, that's all. I will. I'll be back soon. Good night.